Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. I want to show you guys today a comparison between ideas, not so much games. As I talked about yesterday in my, likes and dislikes about Path of Exile, I wanted to talk about a lot of the specific ideas within Path of Exile and how they compare with Diablo 3. Because Diablo 3 is a very good game in terms of the playstyle, the gameplay, but I feel that the ideas behind the end game and behind the content are actually very old ideas. So I want to compare those to what I feel are advanced and new ideas in games that exist in, games like Path of Exile. So I want to talk about getting items today. So as you guys know, in Diablo 3, if you want like pretty damn good items, how do you get them? Well, you get really lucky and you just keep killing mobs and eventually you get what you want. That doesn't really happen to anyone. The actual way is, you sell a bunch of garbage on the auction house over a decent period of time, and then you acquire enough gold, and then you use that gold to search the auction house some more to find something that you want for a reasonable price before someone else does, and then you nab that item, and then get that upgrade, feel good about yourself, and whatnot. So that's pretty good. It's a pretty simplistic system. It's been used and reused game after game. Blizzard games, all the other games that you can think of pretty much use this system. But I want to show you guys in Path of Exile exactly how the item system works. So I'm only going to talk about like the actual items because it's a more direct comparison. So in the game, obviously I'm not very high level, but this is an example of a good item. It's got just some base stats, and more importantly, it has these sockets which allow you to put in these skills, and also it has the links between the sockets which modify the skills, which are very important as well. So in my case, for instance, I have this particular rune increases skill effect duration. So I have a frost wall, which is like a bone wall, but it's frost, and it increases the duration of that because it's linked. And then I have the phase run, which is essentially like a temporary run speed buff, which is also increased in duration because it's double linked. So every single one of these gems affects each other. This is like a support gem, so it gives bonuses to the other skills and it modifies them with spell duration. In contrast, an item like this, which doesn't have links, while you could get the skills individually, the increased duration would do nothing, and the frost wall would just be frost wall, and the phase run would just be phase run. So that's just a little bit of backstory on the item. But in this game, the item progression is as follows. So you need a good starting point in terms of an item. So what do I mean by that? Well, there are good items. Let's say, I don't know, let's say this maul, for instance. It's not a very good maul for level 36, but I think the base maul has a level requirement of like 20. It's 36 because of the gems. But let's say it only had like one blue socket. The base item would be that it's a pretty damn good weapon for its level, because it's got the high physical damage bonus, it's got a quality bonus, and it has a couple more or less favorable stats. Plus one level of melee gem socket into this item. That's pretty damn amazing. Now the issue is that if the item only had like one blue socket, that really would kind of suck. So what you want to get is you'd want to get these items in this game. I actually don't know if I have any here. Let me check it out. There we go. Jeweler's Orb reforges the number of sockets on an item. So you'd get a bunch of Jeweler Orbs throughout the game, and when you find a really good like rare maul in terms of the stats, you can just keep on re-rolling it. So you'd keep on keep using these until you get the number of sockets that you want, and after you get the number of sockets that you want, you can reforge the color. So let's say you want like 4 red and 2 green, and you get up to 6 sockets on the weapon. You get those number of sockets, and then you keep reforging the colors until you get 4 red and 2 green. And then after that, you want to link them. So you get a bunch of orb of fusings, and you keep linking the sockets so the skill bonuses affect, the entire skill set of the gems on the weapon. So essentially what you are able to do is, you're able to take an item that was like half good, like it had good stats, but the other important part was absolutely awful, and you were able to take that and make it one of the best items. Alternatively, you can go to a vendor, find an item like this, which already has a lot of sockets. Obviously, this is not a great endgame item, but for level 22, sure. You can take something like that. You can apply a bonus over here. Orb of Chance upgrades a normal item to a random rarity, so you can get a rare item out of it. And you don't like the rare that you got? You know, reforge a rare with new random properties. You can get a new rare. Keep getting new rares until you find some stats that you like. And there's even items in the game that would allow you to add stats. So let's say, you know, in Diablo 3, let's say you just got like the best 3 stats you could possibly get on a piece of armor. But, you know, it doesn't make it a good armor. But you're stuck with it. That's really it. In this game, let's say you got 3 really good stats on a rare. You can use an item that would actually add stats. And let's say the stats that you add, you know, are not so good. You can just make a new rare and then add stats on that. You can keep on going. And also, another thing that you can do is, once you get the rare item that you want, and you get like the sockets that you want, and you get all of that, if you want to talk about some trade currency to get some real value out of all the work that you spent on getting a really good item, you can take that item and double it, Jay Wilson style. So there's a lot of cool things, and I just want to have you guys understand this idea. You know, it's the idea between getting like either jackpot lucky in Diablo 3 or grinding the auction house, which is honestly not really a game. It's like, you know, might as well play a stock market if you want to do that, as opposed to, you know, actually playing the game. And through playing the game in Path of Exile, you would get all these small currencies, and you could make use out of them when you get, you know, half a good item. And sometimes you might not even need that. If you have enough of these currency items, you can just take a base white item, make all the sockets perfect, you know, upgrade it to a rare, make the rare have the stats that you want, reroll the stats until you get perfect stats. There you go. Best item in the game. You work towards it. This is real item progression. It's none of that jackpot or auction house stuff. And I think it's pretty amazing the kind of ideas these guys have put into this game. And hopefully I'll be able to share a few more with you guys in the future. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys tomorrow.